What's going on, guys? This is Decelation, and first off, I want to wish you guys a happy new year. I hope this message reaches you guys well. I hope you had a good holidays, and man, I hope 2021 is a better year than 2020. It's been a rough year for most of us. Some of us did all right, but most of us had a pretty rough go at this year. That extra, sorry. But no, I really do wish the best for everyone. And I do appreciate everyone that's been watching and supporting this channel and helping it to grow. I look at the analytics for this year alone. Yes, we are a small channel, but we have grown 1,000%, over 1,000% in every single measurable metric. So thank you guys for tuning in, watching this, and helping this channel grow. And as a New Year's present for everyone, I'm finally going to tell you guys what the plan is for my 2004 BMW 330 Ci. Ding ding ding, so everybody says it's getting LS swapped. So once we finish the hot rod truck, we're going to LS swap this car. Now it's going to get a T56 transmission, and I'm getting a upgraded rear end. I'm not going to go with BMW. I'm actually going to end up going with a company called Seems Legit Garage. They have the option to where they replace the entire rear subframe, and you can use I think it's a 08 to 2010 Ford Explorer 8.8 inch rear end with IRS, because this thing is going to be a track car, and the rear subframe of these are notoriously weak. You can buy the reinforcement plates, but then you still have the rear end itself, which is... The M3 one is okay, but I've seen after my research that on the track they break over continuous hard abuse, and I want something that's going to really stand up, because I am building this to be a track car, and not only just a track car. I want to spend a little extra money to build this to be a reliable, quotation mark, reliable track car. And really my thought process behind this, I want this to be cheap to operate, pretty much tires and gas and brakes and fluids. That's pretty much what I want the operating costs to be. So in order to have the minimum amount of failures, I need to change out the drivetrain. Now this engine, BMW engines make really good engines. This one only makes about 220 horsepower, and that's not going to be enough for what I want to do with this car. I really want right around 400 horsepower, which is possible with the BMW engine. But one thing that comes into play is the amount of heat and wear that comes with making this engine have that much power, because you're going to have to either turbo it or supercharge it to really get to that level. This engine has 176,000 miles, and most of the cooling components are made of plastic, so after heat cycles and stuff like that, it's brittle. So I'm going with the LS engine. It's a proven reliable engine, and really the thought process behind it is I can make 400 horsepower out of an LS engine naturally aspirated and not really working the engine that hard. So the one on the hot rod truck I'm building, that one's pushing way more power than what I want this one to push, and that one's still going to be doing that reliably as well, and that's naturally aspirated. So that's my thought process on that. I could use the BMW transmission, manual transmission, with the LS swap, but there's a little special surprise I'm coming with that. I'm going to go with the T56 because I want to have a sequential shifter, and there's a company that makes a sequential shifter for the T56. So while I'm practicing on the track, because I really want to learn to track this car, I don't have to worry about missed shifts while I'm learning everything else, but I still have a manual car because it's still gonna have a clutch. What's going on, man? Sorry about the break, guys. One of my neighbors came over with his Aston Martin DBS. He was having some issues, so got a chance to put my hands on the Aston Martin. How can you fault me? But yes, the reason why I was going with the sequential shifter is because I really want to not worry about missed shifts. I want to focus on driving the car on the track and becoming a better track driver. I've only driven on the track once in anger in Vegas a couple years ago, and that was a lot of fun, and it always stuck with me. So I've decided I really wanted to build a track car to be able to do this more often. And just looking at it, and the BMW is a great platform. The chassis is amazing. These chassis are used for track cars, these chassis are used for drift cars. It's a really, really solid chassis, but there are some weak points, and I really want to eliminate all the weak points. That's how I approach all of my builds. I look at the car as a whole. I figure out all the weak points that it has, and then I plan to overcome them before they become a problem. So with the same reason with the rear end, the LS engine, and the transmission was just kind of like a spoil for me, because who doesn't want a sequential shifter at least once in their life? So that's why I'm doing the T56. Otherwise, like, I hear great things about the BMW transmissions, great shifter feel, all that stuff. But I really want to build this car to be just a purpose-built track car that's cheap to operate. Now, the exterior, I'm not going to ruin that for you, because there is some cool exterior stuff. It's going to be fun. This car will stand out. You will know it's coming down the street, but I'm not going to spoil that yet. And Brian, no, we're not putting 13s on this car. Sorry, got to put that in there because Brian's not here to say it out loud, and I know he's going to put it in the comment section. We're not putting 13s on the car. But yes, and that's pretty much the plan for this car. And I haven't decided on suspension. I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing for brakes. But for any of you guys that are BMW fans, especially knowledgeable on the E46 platform, please comment down below. Let me know what's a good setup for suspension and brakes on these cars. I like to hear the feedback. I want to hear that. I do a lot of research, but I'm by no means the end-all be-all on these cars, and can always use the help. And you guys have been amazing, helpful on the hot rod truck build, and hopefully you guys continue on for the other builds, because we're gonna keep on building. There may be a surprise. I don't want to say a surprise. There is something new coming to the channel very soon. It's in the works. There's another vehicle. Yes, I have a car addiction. I can't help it. But there will be another vehicle coming to the channel. You guys might see it next week, if everything goes as planned. So stay tuned for that as well. And as a New Year thing, we'll go look at all of the cars in their beauty. So the BMW, hello El Toro, my 2015 Taurus SHO, and T-Rex. Yes, I know, the irony. My Raptor is named T-Rex. It's short for Truckosaurus Rex. Don't judge me. But thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. You're amazing. Have a good one. Peace.